So, Lou, the Premier League season is about to start. As an Arsenal fan, I have no hope. But
really, no hope.
I mean, you'll probably come fifth or sixth. I don't know. With Arsenal, it's kind of weird. But it's been interesting because there hasn't been like that many explosive transfers. Chelsea has done really well, to be fair.
It's been a fun transfer window as a Chelsea fan. It's been a very fun transfer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am bare salty at some of the players you've got.
I feel that's a sentiment every rival fan is sharing right now. That they're just watching on, like when the rain's just pouring on the window, and just staring down.
Yeah. Like why?
All, like these Chelsea players running to like Frank Lampard right now.
Frank Lampard has been doing bits for his first transfer window, and because of that, we wanted to do the top 5 most expensive football transfers of all time.
Yeah, and this one we have adjusted the fees to inflation. So, number 5 on this list is a pretty well-known player, Gareth Bale, who transferred to Tottenham to Real Madrid back in 2013 for a fee of £90 million. I mean, even back then, that was quite a lot of money. I think everyone knew it. They were like, damn. But in today's transfer fees, that total would now amount to £166 million.
Yeah, damn.
At his time at Real Madrid, he's got 68 assists, 105 goals in just 251 appearances. And so Bale's a bit of a weird one for Real Madrid because he's won 4 Champions Leagues with them. He scored in 2 of those finals, and one of them was that beautiful bicycle kick he scored against Liverpool.
Oh yes, so sick. Yeah.
But it's at the point now where Real Madrid and the Real Madrid fans want him gone.
Yeah, I know. It's quite sad, to be honest, because he's actually given so much to the club.
The club also giving him a lot as well.
I mean, no, that is true. Like they both have, but it's kind of sad to see that relationship end.
I think Zidane just doesn't like him. I think he's just jealous that Bale still got his hair. I think Zidane's just salty.
I think that's the reason, definitely.
It has to be that. I mean, usually when I get my notes on players' achievements and whatnot, one of the notes I have here is that he's a very good golfer. I know he's been golfing quite a lot now in these last couple of seasons.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Because he signed his new deal in 2016 and he's on $400,000 a week until 2022.
I mean, yeah, he has to use his talent somewhere. He's not doing anything, is he? He's just sunbathing on the sidelines, basically.
It's a worse way. It's a shame because he's had such a good career in terms of his stats and what he's won there. He's had such a good career. But I mean, I suppose if you're in his position and the team doesn't want you, but you're still getting paid $400,000 a week, who wouldn't take up golf in Spain? So
yeah, I mean, like you said, Luke, at the same time, he could be like, you know what? I don't need this much money. I've played a lot of golf. I might as well just go to another team that
to buy himself a country club and just play there all the time now. $400,000 a week, bloody hell.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, if he really wanted to still play.
So, moving on to number 4 of this list is Romario, who transferred from PSV to Barcelona in 1993 for $10.8 million. In today's transfer fee, that would be worth about $167 million, so he just about pips Bale. Yeah. And at the time at Barcelona, he got 1 assist, 39 goals, and 65 appearances. So he wasn't actually there for a long time. And there's quite a few reasons for that. He had quite a party lifestyle, didn't he, Dill?
No, he did, yeah. He was notorious for clubbing and just partying during the regular season, which today's standards would not be done. The Sun will be covering that straight away. It'd be like, this is barbaric. What is going on? You can't do this.
Yeah. But it's crazy, because there's in a famous interview of Johan Cruyff, the legendary Barcelona manager at the time. So basically, Romario wanted time off to go back to Brazil to go to the Rio Carnival in 1994. Cruyff challenged him to score 2 goals in the next game, and then you get 2 extra days off. Way into the next game, he scored his 2nd goal in 20 minutes in, and he was also gesturing on the pitch to Cruyff, saying he's asking to leave.
Really? I mean, that's
he wanted
big
to go to Rio.
He
wanted to go to Rio Carnival.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he proved that he could do it. So you had to give it to him. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of players. I mean, would you rather have a player that's working hard all the time that's just shit, but then a player who doesn't train but he scores every game? I
mean, he had one of the best debuts as well. I remember seeing the highlights to this.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was a hat trick as well, wasn't it? It was a hat trick. Yeah,
one of the best hat tricks you'll see.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best hat tricks to score in his debut as well. It's pretty incredible.
I mean, and he was a very, even though he was a brilliant player to watch, and if you haven't watched his highlights, I would definitely recommend watching them because he just had that modern day like ability back then. But obviously he left Barcelona after apparently there was a massive rift between him and Cruyff. He was surrounded with controversy. There's this one thing that I found about which was really funny. He got suspended for 5 games after punching another player in La Liga. And do you know who it was?
No.
Mr. Diego Simeone.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, got suspended in '94, and then in the following January, so 2 years roughly after he joined, he left and went back to Brazil to play for Flamengo again.
Bit of a hothead then.
Bit of a hothead.
Yeah, damn.
So going from a party animal to probably one of the biggest professional athletes in football's history is Cristiano Ronaldo, number 3, who transferred from Manchester United to Real Madrid for a fee of 84 million in 2009. In today's fee deal, do you know how much they reckon that is now?
I'm going to say it's like 190.
You're very, very close. It's worth apparently 195 million. And at his time at Real Madrid, he netted 133 assists, scored 450 goals and he did all this in 438 appearances. I still remember to the day of the newspaper stories and whatnot. Ronaldo was wearing a Real Madrid top and he was just holding it, and then you just see embezzled on these papers 80 million. I was just like, damn.
I know it changed the game of football, really.
Yeah,
like Ronaldo's transfer was like one of the biggest moments in football, just because I think everyone knew how game changing it will be. It's just incredible.
And he changed the game completely at Real Madrid. He ended up leaving Real Madrid as their top goal scorer of all time. He's also the first player ever to score 100 Champions League goals, and 99 of them were scored for Real Madrid. And then, even in his mid-30s, when he left the club, he moved to Juve for 90 million.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely ridiculous.
And he's still doing well there as well. He's still consistent. He's
doing incredibly well there. Yeah, he's one of the most, and especially in the Champions League, his records. I will go out and say this right now that he's probably the greatest Champions League player of all time.
Yeah, he's undoubtedly one of the best players ever.
Yeah,
we're gonna be so sad when he.
It's gonna be a sad day. It feels like he's been playing for literally ever, and well, he has been. He's been playing since we were about 10 or 11 years old.
We grew up watching him, Lou.
Exactly. And he's still absolutely smashing it. And obviously, just recently, he scored his 100th international goal. Against Sweden. Yeah. Another free kick that curled it in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Just a fantastic. And his work ethic is just ridiculous. And that's why he's still there. That's why he's still going.
Yeah.
So, our second Brazilian to feature on this list is Neymar Jr., who transferred from Barcelona to PSG back in 2017 for a fee around about £199 million. And obviously, this is the most recent transfer on the list. So, adjusted for inflation, it's just over £200 million now. So far in his PSG career, in 85 appearances, he's netted 70 goals and got himself 41 assists. Neymar is a weird one because a lot of people say that he's overrated for some reason. I think because sometimes the stuff that he used to get up to, or he still does sort of in his partying aspect, like any Brazilian. But on paper, he's still one of the best players in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. From a young age, we've seen Neymar's talent. Like, all of the clubs wanted to buy him straight away just because they saw the raw talent of this young kid. And he's proven it everywhere he's played, to be fair. Like, he can be a bit cocky with his skills, but if it works, it works. You know what I mean? He's not like just fumbling about and just losing the ball. He's scoring, he's getting assists. You know, he's good internationally as well. Yeah,
well, it's that confidence that's probably gone where he is now, you know. You can't be known as one of the best dribblers and the most skillful players in the world without having that confidence just absolutely insult someone on the pitch.
Literally.
Sometimes you just have to have that flair about you, and Neymar is definitely, for me anyway, he's like, if you had to draw up like the modern day footballer, I think Neymar would be that sort of, he would be that picture, wouldn't he? He's that modern day footballer. Flash with the cash, does all these TikTok videos, likes to party and whatnot, all these sponsorship deals.
He loves social media.
He loves the social media. He's probably, he is to me the modern day footballer to a degree. Like, it'll be very interesting to see how his career sort of sustains. If you look at the Messis and the Ronaldos, if he can sustain, he's definitely got the talent to.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping that he'll be as big as Ronaldo.
No, he already nearly is. I think he's second.
Yeah, but I mean, like consistency wise, like I'm hoping that when he's 33. He'll be pushing
he's
numbers.
Still putting up numbers.
Yeah. That I hope, and he has proven that to be that player. It's just like we said, is that consistency and where he will end up. It'll be interesting to follow.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's true. And I've also found a really fun fact for Sean, if he's listening. He better be listening. That West Ham were the first club to ever bid on Neymar. They submitted a £12 million bid for him whilst he was playing at Santos back in, I think, 2009, 2010. Shockingly, it got immediately turned down, and the rest is history. But you never know. In a reality, the second most expensive football player of all time moved to West Ham for a period of his career.
Yeah, maybe it was the bubbles.
It was the bubbles, like,
you know what? I can't do this. I can't play with a team with bubbles.
Yeah, he's got an irrational fear about them. So the most expensive transfer of all time, adjusted to inflation, is the Italian Gianluca Vialli, who transferred from Sampdoria to Juve back in 1992 for a fee worth around 14.8 million. Have a guess still, how much do you reckon this fee is now worth, adjusted to today's fees?
I'm going to say like 250 mil.
Bit far off. He's just under £210 million now.
Oh, okay, all right.
So 14 million in 1992 was seriously a lot of money.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Vialli went on to get 5 assists and 53 goals in the 145 appearances for the club. He was so basically Vialli, no, this is a pretty old player. Vialli was sort of the first players to sort of merge the speed, agility and sort of strength of that modern day striker. He was definitely one to sort of like build that sort of reputation as that striker, and he was one of the best strikers nearly for a good period. He obviously his last match for Juve was when they last won the Champions League back in '96, and the club haven't won it since. So Vialli, he won quite a lot over in Italy.
No, I mean, like you said, he underwent a lot of like fitness and strength training. It just shows his commitment to change with the team and to just be consistent but in a different form, and that's what's scary about playing against someone who's like physique's kind of changed. You don't know what to expect, you know what I mean? Like they're now more muscly when you didn't expect them to be. They're gonna push you off, you know, they're not just relying on speed, they're strong as well. Like you don't expect that to happen.
And Vialli was a good combination of all those sort of aspects that you find in a modern day striker. He sort of became that striker back in '94 with Juve. I mean, even before that, he was absolutely doing bits. I don't know if you know this still, but he formed a partnership at Sampdoria with none other than Mr. Roberto Mancini. I can't pronounce the Italian nickname they were given, but it translated as the Goal Twins. They scored 231 goals between them in 6-7 years or so at Sampdoria. So they were absolutely a lethal partnership. The Goal Twins. I like that.
No, that's cool. Yeah. He was one of the most famous player managers as well.
He was, as a Chelsea legend.
In Chelsea as well, Lou. You must be happy about that.
Yeah, no, all this misconception that Chelsea only existed in 2003. Well, you get players like Gianluca Vialli, who was one of the biggest players in Italian football in the 90s. Obviously, he came to Chelsea in the late 90s, and like you said, ended up managing the team whilst playing for the club as well.
No, that's mad. 5 trophies, wasn't it?
5 trophies, a few European trophies again. We didn't win anything, but we beat Real Madrid. We beat Real Madrid in a Super Cup and whatnot, but yeah, you wouldn't. I think that's for anyone that's watched this video. That's a little pub quiz there. Take a bet of anyone. I guarantee you, no one is going to put money on Gianluca Vialli as the most expensive footballer of all time, adjusted to inflation. You have to add that. You have to write that down somewhere, won't you? Like a little piece of note before you make
adjusted
that bet.
To inflation.
And then you can proceed to collect your winnings off some poor sucker at the pub.